Jordan Partnership and all of you that are watching, it's another opportunity for me to share with you about some things that the Lord is sharing with us to make sure that you are updated, to make sure that we have an opportunity to reach out to you. It has been my desire to connect with you all in a way to where every week you can hear something from the Jordan Partnership, hear something from myself as a visionary, to make sure that you know what it is that God is saying. Now, there are certain things that I'm focused on this year, and this year has already been mind-blowing. God has already done some phenomenal things. But I need you all to understand that God is expanding the kingdom. That doesn't mean that he is widening necessarily the borders, but it means that those that are part of the kingdom are being expanded. Now, there has been a lot of things that have occurred in our life, a lot of betrayal, and I've been teaching on it, and I'll be teaching actually on betrayal the entire year, because I believe betrayal is the thing that occurs right before your purpose season. When you understand the story of Jesus after the Last Supper, or really at the Last Supper, he tells Judas, he says, whatever you're going to do, do it quickly. He knew that Judas was going to betray him. Once Judas betrays him after Gethsemane, he goes into his assignment of purpose. Of course, you understand that Jesus' purpose wasn't to unstop deaf ear. It wasn't to make blinded eyes come open. Yes, those were the miracles, and that was great. But the purpose was to die. Now, many of you have had moments of greatness or celebrity or even fame, and people have complimented certain things that you've done in times past. But the question is, can God trust you with moments of betrayal to push you to that place of purpose? Now, in betrayal, there's the temptation to become bitter because you were betrayed. In 2013, many of us opened up our hearts to people, and they disappointed us. They let us down. And to be honest, they hurt many of us. Those of us that really are try our best to be Christ-like, our heart is the biggest thing that we have. It is the thing that blesses us the most, but it's also the thing that hurts us the most. Now, here's the reality. After betrayal, after you've been kind to somebody, and after you have opened up your heart to help someone, after you put some of your desires and your thoughts and your energies on hold to make sure somebody else can be better, and that's the person that betrays you, that's the person that offends you, that's the person that hurts you, it can make you become bitter. It can make you say to yourself, I'm never going to trust anybody again. I'm never going to open up to anybody again. I am never going to let my heart be displayed like it was in times past. But please hear me, man and woman of God, that God did not allow that act to happen to make you bitter. He allowed it to happen to make you better. Now, that's not just cliche. It's reality. Because if he trusts you with betrayal, it's because there is better on the other side of betrayal. Now, again, when Judas betrays Jesus, he ushers him into better. Yes, he has to go through crucifixion, but that was his moment of purpose. And purpose is not always the thing that's going to give us the most pleasure. It's going to give us an opportunity to do what we have been assigned to do. Our purpose for breathing, our purpose for living. And so with that level of betrayal can come bitterness. Now, the Lord told me that bitterness is literally a blinder, because the enemy knows that you can see. What he does is he puts you in a place to where you don't want to see. So you don't want to see the opportunities that's in front of your face. You don't even want to hear someone tell you they care and they'll always be there, because bitterness makes you hear those words and go back to when the last person said it, or when the last promise was made, or when the last person entered into your life, or when the last person promised you this or promised you that. And because of that bitterness, you cannot open yourself up. I want to pronounce to you that God wants to offer healing to you. And yes, it hurt. Please understand that I've had moments in my life to where I knew I was doing what God said. I knew I was being the mature one. I knew I was being the blessed, and yet hurt did not stop. I had to learn some things, and I had to, I had to grow up. I couldn't just keep being the doormat. I had to understand that givers have to create boundaries, because takers never do. But I did not allow it to make me bitter. I learned how to forgive some people that walked out of my life. And watch this, I had to be mature enough to forgive without an apology. That means even if they didn't come back and say they were sorry, I have to make sure I cleared my heart to make sure I was free, because I could not allow that bitterness to keep eating away at me and sabotaging every future opportunity the Lord was sending me. So I want to help you to understand that yes, there was betrayal, but don't allow it to make you bitter, because better is on the other side of it. You've got to embrace it. Now, please understand that there are some things that we are assigned to do that I don't care how much you run from it, purpose is going to push you directly into it. Accept the fact that that was then, this is now. And if God, watch this, knew you would have done it willingly, there would have been no reason for the challenge. So oftentimes God has to slam a door that we would not close, or God has to kick a door open that we wouldn't open on our own selves, and end up interrupting one moment to bring us into a greater moment. So many phenomenal things are happening. God is so strategic. He is working everything out for our good, and he is working, watch this, from the end to the beginning, and processing us into where we need to be, where we need to go. Jordan Partnership, and all of you that are listening, all of you that are watching, please understand that everything that God is doing, he is so sovereign and he is so strategic that he is making sure success is going to be yours. He is going to bless the work of your hands, but you have to make your way prosperous so that you can have good success. There are great things that God is doing, but he wants a yes. Now, there will be consequences to your yes, but I promise you, the yes will get you something a dance cannot get. The yes will give you something a run cannot get. Your yes will bring you into the heart of God. Make sure that your eyes and your ears are open, not only to the negative, because we don't want it to help us be bitter. We have to make sure our eyes and our ears are open to purpose, because those are those things that are going to make us better. Until next time, bless you.